Hi all, I'm Bones. Thank you very much for opening up the video, and today we're going to go through a self-starting power generation unit, which is basically a steam boiler fueled by lava. It's really good for multiplayer servers, because of when I play in a multiplayer server, is this guy, when I'm not about and other people are on the server, he somehow is unloaded and reloaded. I don't know if that's to do with the chunks, but he ends up either losing the lava being fed to himself or he loses the water being fed to himself. So he needs a way of having water being basically powered and fed into him by another power unit, a smaller power unit that is always able to start itself up. And then also that same power unit is the one what brings the lava in as well. So then all this concentrates on is the power out to your contraptions. So in this video, we're going to go through this, and just to break it up then, how we do it is this will always work, and it's just the initial power unit giving us 256 stress units, which allows us then to get the water into the Kickstarter boiler. The Kickstarter boiler is where we power all the other parts, and that is including getting the water pumped into the main tank and also grabbing the lava and then feeding it through and powering the mechanical arm, and then the mechanical arm feeds the lava into this, which then gives us a boiler of level 9 with just sub 150,000 stress units, which is pretty good, and it allows us to power something like over here. This is just a crate world where I'm just bringing all these contraptions, making videos on them. You can see here, this is what's powering all these sort of things, and even though that this is here and we've got quite a few contraptions, we're only using 7% of this guy, so there's plenty more to be had. So let's go ahead and we're going to go and destroy this and rebuild it from scratch. Cool. Before we start the build, let's quickly have a look at the items, the shopping list that we require. So I'm just going to scroll through the pages, and as I go along, just go ahead and hit pause and take screenshots. Right, let's go. In front of us is the outlay of where we're going to put all the parts of this contraption. We're going to start off with the water, then move to the tanks, and then we'll finish up with how to get the lava delivered to the main tank as a fuel system. Let's go ahead and get the water part sorted. So we have two of them. First one is where the water wheel will reside. Oh, not there. That's the first one. The water wheel goes there, and what we'd like is running water to go around it, and that gives us the stress units. Second one is where the water is going to be extracted from. This has to have like an infinity water, and that will then be put into the steam boilers. So we'll just go ahead and put the water there, and then there, and that should give us perfect. There we go. That's ready to rock and roll. Now we need to go ahead and give ourselves the ignition boiler, which looks a little bit like this, and all it does, it runs off the blaze. Was it the blaze burners? That's the one. The blaze burners. And we need to go and get water into here for this to work. Right, I think it's there, and then that goes there. Right. And then go there. Perfect. The thing we're missing now is we need to get power to suck the water out of here and into there. To do that, we're going to do this little pattern here. Oh, where did I go? Oh, accidental. Right, what I want now is encased. So we can then go ahead and do something like this. Right, this should now fill up and give us the energy required. Oh, yep, that should be filling up. Yes, perfect. And we need to give that as an engine. And I also would like to have one of those. Right. There. Oh, that's the wrong way. That one, and then we need to make sure that the it's horizontal instead of vertical for the shaft. And you can go ahead and if you'd like to, you can always put a stress unit if you want to see what that looks like. And it should be, give us 2048 stress unit. The next part of the system is we're going to have to build this guy. So this one has 9 blades burners. And I believe it's a height of 8 with the tank. Oh, I say believe what I recall. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8, perfect. Now that tank is ready. What we need to do now is feed water into it. We're going to go ahead and have 3 entry points to make sure there's enough water being pulled. So to do that, we just do 3 out like so. And then when we do that, they join together. We're going to put 1 down, and we should be able to use our wrench to make it glass. That allows us then to go ahead and put the 2 other sides down into the water. Now I need to get the power that this guy is producing and start powering the 3 pumps to get this guy filled up. To do that, we're going to go ahead and do something like such. We need to just place the other ones. So what we're doing is we're trying to get the rotational speed to be increased. So we do big, small, big, small. And then we can do that. And the last bit then, this is the maximum we'll go before we apply too much stress to the cogs. To go ahead and change the direction of these is the thing that makes all 3 spin, and that's a cog in the middle, and it should be now definitely filling up at a better rate. The next part of the build, what we'd like to do is ensure that our main tank is going to be provided with fuel, and the fuel source for this is lava. So we are going to create one option of a lava farm. Obviously you can use another. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and apply what's the cauldron method. In this case, we're going to go ahead and use dripstone. The dripstone is going to be placed at this level, so we're going to add a couple of temporary blocks to get to the actual platform where the lava will go, which should be up across here, and then the dripstone goes underneath, like so. And the last level is the cauldron. The idea then is lava will sit on top, it'll drip into the cauldrons, and the cauldrons will then use the fluid pipes to extract the lava and put them into a tank located here. Let's go ahead and do that for the rest of these. Alright, so this is all ready for the lava to be put on the platform. And what I like to do there is we need to go ahead and put a wall around the lava. So obviously it doesn't spray out, or it doesn't fall out the platform. This contains it. And each one of the blocks has to be a small spot. There we go. And one thing I do like to do is I like to put a lid on top of the lava. So this part, the next part of the build is we need somewhere to put the lava. So you can go ahead and put it like this on a little level. I like it to be just a little bit higher. I don't know why. I find it aesthetically pleasing. We will add the fuel tank, which will store the lava here. Or 3x3x1. That's probably a better way to put it. Nice. And we're going to go take the output of this guy. We want it to go this way. And we're going to take the output and we're going to feed it into the fluid tank. From the fluid tank, we need a way of then extracting it so we can then feed these little chaps down here. let's go ahead and do that. So the easy way of doing it is we're going to go ahead and grab this guy and make it go outbound. And we're going to go and pipe this in a way so our fluid dispenser spout, that's it, spout, can go ahead and disperse onto the depot. And we're also going to need to have a funnel, and the funnel is going to face inwards, and that's once we've gone ahead and used the lava bucket. This is how we get the lava bucket back onto the depot. We're going to have to set up the arm now, and it's pretty simple actually. We take the lava from this depot, we dig a little bit underneath the lads here, and that allows us then to select them. Now, one thing I've learned while recording this demo is don't do anything until we've fully set the arm up. So once we've selected all of them and he's going to feed them all, once he's fed one of them, he needs to return the bucket here. That is the arm set up. We can go back underneath then to fill this up. Oh. Let's go get the power to the arm and the 2 pumps that we've just configured. We can use the power from here, and we can do that by this bit. And using shaft, just add a gearbox. I can call it a gear, but that's fine. And we can run the shaft across to this point. That powers this guy, and we have lava coming over here, and we have the lava again coming into the spout. Lava's going across, and it's filling up perfect. What we need to do then is let's run the power through to power up the arm. There we go. The arm now has all the power it requires. In order to do this, we have to use the power of creative mode to give us an empty bucket. And we'll place it there. And you should see it all come to life now. You can see the blaze burners are getting fueled. That's so cool. I love how Pro does that. We have lava now being supplied to our blaze burners, and that means we are ready to go ahead and add the engines. You can place them anywhere you'd like on the tank. So I'm just going to place them here for now, and I'm going to run the power horizontally, not vertically, so I can then gather the energy in one point. That's my goal, at least. And to do that, we just do this. We have 3 shafts sticking out, and we can use the conveyor belt to combine them all into one place. And you can just add your stress meter, and you will then see the 150,000, or just sub 150,000 stress units ready for you to distribute and use across all your contraptions. This gives you an idea of how I go ahead and supply power in my multiplayer sort of maps, in a way that when I join in, even if there is no lava in the main tank, the rest of this will go ahead and ensure that the lava will then be transported, and also the water will be taken back into the main tank, and then it will all come back to life as I am doing other things on the server, so I don't have to worry about this anymore. Just a quick reminder, all this stuff we just went through, hopefully you enjoyed the build, but if you are lost in any of the steps, I've made this as an NBT file, and that's available on my Patreon site. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the build, to like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. Alright, thank you.